second topic of today's talk, which is the power of the mind. So, the power of mind. There's no question, of course. There's no question, of course, that the mind is one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful tool at our disposal. One good example is the fact that we gathered here today is because of the mind. Someone decided that we should get together and planned and organized it, and then we are here today. So I'm speaking to you and you're listening to me. You decided to listen to me. That is also, a decision is also part of the mind. In order for me to speak to you, I have to think about what I'm going to say and what I should be saying, what I should not be saying, and so on and so forth. So all this comes from the mind. So there is no question that mind is a very powerful tool. So the mind has when we are at an intersection, we have the choice to go either right or left. So similarly, in life, we have the choice to either take the right view, the right path, or the wrong path. And once the mind decides to take either of the two, our body and our speech also follows suit. So in our interaction with life, on a day-to-day basis in our life, so many things occurs that are within our control and that are without our control, outside of our control, that tends to agitate us. And when I say agitate us, it actually agitates our mind. And that simple agitation, that simple discomfort can turn into jealousy, it can turn into hatred, it can turn into attachment, and it can go into 10,000 directions. So when we are able to differentiate, when we are able to distinguish the right from the wrong and take the right path and abandon the wrong path, this is known as the wisdom. And when we use the same intelligence that enables us to distinguish between right and wrong, when we use the same intelligence with the wrong motive, when we abuse that particular that ability, that intellect, then it is what we call in the Dharma text, we refer to that as a faulty wisdom. Faulty wisdom, fault. So many of us, most of us are not stupid. We are intelligent. Just because of the fact that we are human beings, we do have an intelligence. We have the intellect and we have an intelligent mind. And so therefore we are quite intelligent. So intelligence is not the lack of intelligence that is the problem here.
Could you please repeat that?
Most of us are not stupid. We are not lacking in intelligence just because of the very fact that we are born as a human being. We do have intelligence. We do have an intellect, and it is not lack of intelligence that is the problem here. It is not the lack of intellect, but rather the misuse of the intellect or the overflow of misinformed and misused intellect. That is dragging us down to samsara over and over again. We end up in the cyclic existence of samsara again and again because of misappropriation or misuse of our intellect. Especially in today's time, there is an overflow of information. So anything you want to believe, there's a source or proof. There's a source proving whatever you want to believe. There would be thousands of proofs. There would be thousands of sources proving what you want to believe as the truth. And because of our ego, we hold on to whatever belief, whatever ideology that we want to believe, and use all the sources available at our disposal to prove the point that we want to believe. Actually, that is not something new. Even though we are able to do it, we are able to broadcast this on a much wider scale in the 21st century because of internet and so on and so forth. But it's not something new. Using the sources available, using the sources available to suit our own beliefs, it's not something new. To prove a point that you believe in, we made or we created different belief systems, what is known as different forms of religion. So we have the theistic religions where there is a God who created everything. And within the theistic religion, there are many divisions. And we also have agnostic religions like Buddhism and Hinduism, and so on and so forth, each preaching or each sort of presenting their own version of the truth. So when we have discussions, or sometimes people would like to ask, which is the truth, which is the which religion showcases the actual truth. So if you keep on looking for which religion tells the truths are also eternal, and the truths are also the truths that each religion sort of presents or showcases are something eternal, and it's also something empirical. Unless you experience the truth yourself, you won't know whether it's the actual truth or not. So therefore, if you keep looking for the truth, if you keep on searching and searching and searching, then before you find the actual truth, the so-called truth that you're looking for, your life will your time in this world will be done for. So instead of looking for which religion tells the truth, or which is, anyway, so what we have to do, one thing the Atisha, Master Atisha said, the span of our life is too small or too short, and the knowledge available, the truths available in this world is too vast. So therefore, instead of wasting or whiling our time, it is better to dive in and take what is required of you, what you require, what you require most. Take out that thing, just like a swan. So it is said that there's an ancient belief in the Indian tradition, the dharmic system, that the swan is able to distinguish milk from the water. So the line goes that just like a swan would take the milk out of the water, take out the things that you require, instead of pondering over and over again, pondering over all the things. The truth is that we have, our mind is agitated, and then we want to come out of it. We want to escape that. So Buddhism, as well as the dharmic, philosophies, suggest that the reason our mind is, so in Buddhism, the reason that our mind is agitated, it's because there is an inherent troublemaker. There is an inherent troublemaker, or there is a troublemaker embedded within our mental continuum, known as the ultimate ignorance, or ignorance of the ultimate truth. And every agitation comes from that ignorance, which is ignorant of the ultimate truth. Just like we don't care about any philosophical disputes, whatever philosophical dispute there are, it doesn't affect our life. Similarly, let's put aside the ultimate truth for a while. Let's deal with not the ultimate truth, but the common or the conventional truth first. So there are different. When we talk about conventional truths, there are many facets. Ultimate truth, of course, there's only one, but conventional truths, there is many facets. And one of the most popular one, of course, is the law of causality, karma. But we will not talk about that today. Instead, we will talk about something called impermanence. So impermanence pervades everything in the world. Our lives, the world that we live in, the people that we interact with, everything is susceptible to impermanence. We all change. There's a saying that change is the only constant thing in the universe. So we are all susceptible to impermanence, to change. Even though the impermanence is not the ultimate truth, but it is a very impactful truth. It is a very personal truth, and it impacts as well as affects our life gravely. So intellectually, of course, we are aware of the fact that everything changes. Intellectually, we know that everything changes, but instinctively, we believe everything to be unchangeable, everything to be intellectually, we believe everything to be impermanent, and instinctively, we hold on to everything as they are permanent. So what you believe to be truth intellectually and what you hold on to instinctively, there is a huge gap. There is a glaring discord. And because of that discord, there is a tension. And that tension creates agitation. So we are not going to the ultimate level, to the ultimate truth. We're not going there. But even at the conventional level, there is a discord between what we believe and what we believe intellectually and what we hold on to instinctively. And this is the cause, the root of all our agitation, all our tension, the tension between what we believe and what we hold on to, the tension between what we believe and what we hold on to creates the agitation for all the things that we experience in life. So we know for sure that everything changes. There's no question about that. But when we plan things, when we say, okay, see you tomorrow, when we plan for this meeting, we actually going against the rule of the conventional truth of impermanence. When we plan for this meeting, we are hoping that we will be able to meet today. And when we say we see you tomorrow, we are actually going against that rule. And so whatever we do, when we are not fully engaged, when we are not fully invested personally into this discord, into creating this discord between what we believe and what we hold on to, we are all right. But once we start investing personally, strongly into the discord between what we believe with our mind, with our intellect, and what we hold on to with our instinct, with our heart, then things started to go down go down very quickly. So even though the English word for that English word mind does not do justice to the Tibetan sim or the Sanskrit chitta, so therefore it's even though it does not do justice to the word sim or chitta, the mind pervades both the head and the heart in actuality. So therefore, when the mind is in discord, when the mind is split into two, then it is in disarray, and then all the agitation starts from there. So what we have to do to cut this discord, cut this tension, is to train ourselves, not intellectually, but instinctively. We have to train ourselves in the not just the idea, but the practice of impermanence. Not just believe that all of everything is impermanent, but actualize it or internalize it, or to accept that everything is impermanent internally. The more we engage in the practice of internalizing impermanence, the closer we will be to the spirit. And that is what we should strive for, and that is the power of the mind. So all the problems came from the mind, and all the problems can be solved by the mind. And that is the dilemma as well as the beauty of the mind. Okay, I think we should conclude here. I can go on rambling, but it's better to stop here now. We should remember impermanence of time, to be precise. Oh yeah, thank you very much for your keen interest and intent, listening intently. And Wilson La, do you have a question or something?
No, I just wanted to say thank you, Rinpoche. So nice to hear you talk, so clear.
Thank you, Wilson La. Thank you. Do we have any questions? I don't think, right?
Rinpoche La konda, Rinpoche La karin che ani tujan gidi chukdom di chikshunyo sungdo.
Last, indeed, Tojana, also.
Thank you, Rinpoche.
Thank you for the translation, Hien La.
Thank you, Rinpoche, and for the teaching today. And also thank you everyone to join us today. And also thank you the translator here helping us today. And we hope to see you in person and receive the teaching from you in person in US next year.
Thank you. Impermanence.
Yes. So that's why I said we just hope.
Hope. Okay, good. That's good. Right. Hope, but not hold. Okay.